where I've been working for the last 4 years on a project called Work Free, which is it's essentially, I mean, I call it now an experiment in unconditionality. And it's a universal basic income pilot. So we've been working with partners out there and with around 1,300 people living in slums in the city. And we've been exploring so not just the unconditionality of the cash that people were receiving over the last 18 months each month, but alongside that, the unconditionality of creating space in the communities for people to come together to, in community meetings to explore their needs and how their needs are or are not currently being met, how they might work together to meet those needs in more effective and sustainable ways. And I just came back and I'm so hot. I feel like if I died tomorrow, which I don't plan to, but if I did, like I would have done something good with my life because it's actually been really powerful. And to meet so many people who have actually, and communities that have actually grown and transformed in ways and have been able to meet their needs, and as we'll explore, not just material, physical needs, but those deeper, equally important psychological, emotional, spiritual needs has been it's been amazing. So I come today like with more confidence that I have something to share. And what I've been working on, I'm a big theory guy as well, and I just do believe that human beings need a new frame, a new way of communicating how where we are, who we are, where we want to go, and I feel that needs are like the essential layer of what it means to be a living being. So we'll talk about that. So I should just also say I know Alpine from a long while back when I was doing some research as a master's student in Armenia, and so lovely. So it's so lovely to reconnect with her. And so basically the idea today is that we're going to explore needs, kind of moving from the general to the particular. Um, and so the first task really is, and then on the way I'll kind of explain more about the kind of the theory as well. But I think the most important thing, just one more thing to say for now, is that you know needs are experienced subjectively, and that subject is not just the individual like me and you, but it's also the we. We can through deep work create a collective subject. So that towards the end of it, we'll also explore like what does this team, or you, as a team, experience as your needs as well, which hopefully might be a way to come together and um, you know, work more closely and effectively. So that's the idea, that's the plan. So did everybody manage to sign up to this Miro? Um, if you didn't, it's not too late. I can put the link in the chat. Um, bear with me. I mean, it's basically like Miro.com. Yeah. So if you haven't, can you just say if you haven't? There's no shaming. Just let me know. Oh, everyone's done it. That's amazing. Okay, in that case, we need to go, right, respect to everyone then. That's the particular link. So and so what you'll see is kind of four little tiny little things. And if you zoom in to the top left one, you'll see a yellow bar, and it says, "What do we need to life?" Oh my goodness. What
I
do we
think
need
we need requests, or we need access. So maybe
Oh, you
that's
need
a
access.
request. Yeah.
Oh my
Or at
goodness.
least I have. Yeah.
Oh, that is oh, that's
It
surprising.
came up like request access. Mm.
So you mean I have to grant access?
Yeah, I guess the one who created the mirror board, yes. Maybe you got like an email or something.
Yeah, but I didn't see any. Oh, that's really annoying.
Yeah. Or does it work for everyone else?
No,
No.
I'm still struggling to get to the
No,
thing.
I come to like that I should create my own team.
So if you get that, sorry, I've not actually done this online with this.
Okay.
I've used it with groups before, many times, but not setting up my own. So let's have a look how we can get over this. Um, hang on. Oh, and direct. Okay, okay. Okay. I can see now. I'm going to give everyone access.
Okay.
Uh, uh, hang on. I should be able to just give everyone. Sorry about that. This
No
should be
worries.
resolved.
That's okay. We take a couple of minutes to do this now.
Now it's not letting me go into that because I can see a little alarm. Oh, there's 7. I can see a little alarm with 7 by it, but it's not letting me.
I'm not there yet. It's still
Yeah.
asking me for some passwords, but
Okay. Oh, no.
Yes, same.
Oh, okay. Market order,
okay.
give access. There should be a way to do this all in one go rather than separately.
Yeah.
Sophia, review. Oh, okay. Give access, give access, give access. Oh, I'm like liberating everybody. Give access, give access, give access, give access, give access.
Yeah, I'm in, I think.
Okay, phew. I thought it was a disaster. Give access.
Does
Okay.
anyone need to share the screen so that we all see it, or it's fine just to go to
If
our own
everybody goes to the top left and then zoom in, so you can see what do we need to live a good, sustainable life.
top left? Wait.
There's more people. Okay. Give access. Oh. Okay, is there anybody who isn't able to access? And also, I recommend, I guess, we can put our cameras off now because we were talking about energy use, and so we can turn our cameras off because we don't necessarily need to see each other right now. Okay, so start the board's view, set the board start view for now. Okay. Okay, is there anybody who's not able to access this? Okay, great. Okay, so everybody's hanging around like flies around this top corner. So all you need to do now is we can just do it as a team. If you see there's a sidebar, if you click on the third one, it says sticky note. You can press that, you can choose whatever color you like, and that will give you basically a virtual post-it note, sticky note. And then you can I'm going to put like fresh water. That's pretty obvious. So what we need to live a good, sustainable life, clearly human beings need fresh water. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes. Just go for it, whatever you think and I don't even want to actually limit to we. I mean, however you want to define we is totally fine.
I'm sorry, Joel, is it possible to share the screen? I'm not managing to find these
Yeah,
things.
that's a really good idea. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
But Julia,
What I'll
does
do-
she have the? Yeah, we
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. Let me share the screen. I've been using Teams so long I can't remember how to share the screen. Where's the share the screen? Oh, there, the green one. So what I've done is so I'm zoomed into this section. I go to this sidebar. I press the third one down, sticky note, and I choose whatever color, and I can type whatever I want in there.
Cool, thank you.
Something like that. So yeah, again, if you're unclear, I can see quite a few people active, but if you're not sure, then please just let me know and I can help you. Okay. I think I'll stop sharing. Should we write run need on one note or all the needs? No, so Vani, just write as many as you like. One need on each note, yeah. And just try and keep them into that top left corner, because we're going to move different places. So Ando, I can see you were trying to jump ahead there, looking at what's next.
Just a question. Should we
Yeah.
all have it on the same zoomed in percentage? Because I realize I'm on 20%, and that's why mine is super big, while others are
That's a really good question. Yeah, I think if you look at kind of generally the scale that everyone's working at, that seems to be working. So what scale is that? Where does it say? Where does it say the scale?
It says in the bottom, there is a question mark, and then it says now. So now,
Okay, 172. So I can see it's 100. I'm on 170. So something like, yeah, something roughly like that. Oh,
okay.
somebody's written Olivia is what everybody needs for a good life. So I'm sure that's true.
Okay.
So somehow mine is syncing.
Syncing.
It says syncing. Please wait.
Oh,
So
sync. Oh, the syncing like that. Sync. And and funny. So if you can bring your lovely purple ones like closer to everybody else's, if you see, yeah.
come on,
I don't know why
finish.
it's syncing. Yeah. I'm just gonna like.
I'm on the app on the phone, on my phone, but every time I try to put the sticker, it kind of disappears. So
Do you want
I
to
don't
tell
know.
me? Do you want to just tell me what you'd like to write, and I can write it for you?
Yeah, okay, that's so nice of you. Thank you. Yeah, so I guess community.
Okay. Yeah.
That's one of the first things I thought about.
Mhm.
Also the ability to like recycle, even if I know it's a scam, but like to prevent the cities from getting dirty. Yeah, and also like I don't know how I should put it, but like meeting spaces or places where people actually can meet. I know that people
Yeah.
can create.
No, I think that's exactly what to say.
Yeah.
Spaces for meeting, for gathering or something like that.
Yes, for gathering. Yes. Yeah. So that's what I thought about for now, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, just let me know. I'll give it another couple of minutes.
yeah.
We don't have to. This is not a comprehensive. We're not being. Not. There's not a checklist to see how many you scored or anything. It's just nice to generate 20 or 30, because then we can you'll see what comes next.
Yeah, okay, the last thing then I don't think I can come up with anything, but like I guess also kind of a community garden or somewhere where you can yeah, grow your own food even in urban spaces.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
No, thank you. Actually, community garden is like I'll come back to that example in a moment. It's actually like kind of the best example I can think of what I wanted to introduce. So good work. Okay. Give you 30 more seconds. Oh, I like someone's written chocolate. Okay. All right. Nice work. Nice work, everybody. I mean, you feel free to, if you want to keep adding one or two while I'm talking, like you're very welcome to. But otherwise, what I want to introduce you to is kind of both incredibly simple, but for me, like so vital and powerful and crucial in the way that we think about needs. So what I'll do is I just want to just introduce you to somebody who is. Can everybody see that? Yeah. Can you see that?
Yes, back on the
Yeah.
Zoom screen.
Yeah. So this is Manfred Max Neef, who was a Chilean economist, and he worked with there was one day, apparently, well, not apparently, he writes about it, when there was a huge storm and he was in the Andes mountains and he was seeking shelter with a local indigenous peasant man, and he just realized in that moment that he had, as a trained economist, he had nothing to say of any use to that human being. And it made him just embark on a whole rethinking, reimagining of economics, and this was grounded in needs. And so for Max Neef, human beings have these 10 needs. Now, this is just a framework. And I want to emphasize this all the time. If you're working with somebody and they, for me, when you experience a need, it's a deep emotional, and you identify it, there's a deep embodied response, that, and if the word is not one of those 10, then it's not one of those 10, but it's a very useful framework to use that we'll use now. And the crucial thing that Max Neef, I think, introduced was his difference between needs and satisfiers. And I'll just put my video on for a sec. So essentially, what he argued is that needs are universal, that all human beings, whatever your background, culture, history, situation, gender, race, caste, etc., all human beings have the same needs. As living beings, we have the same needs. But what is particular are the satisfiers that we use or we devise to try to meet those needs. And those satisfiers are not just objects. So they're not just, food or a house or a bag or something, but they are all of the cultural practices, all of the organizations and institutions that, that characterize human society. And it's really crucial to make that difference. So those satisfiers, they are particular to any time and place, to culture, to history, and of course, depending on your place in the world, your gender, your race, your caste, your class, the satisfiers that are available to you will be, are very much determined by those. So for any of you, like Amartya Sen's work on satisfiers, that's quite similar. But the needs are universal. So what we say is, I need a job, I need a car, I need whatever, I need a beer, whatever. But what we're saying is that these are the satisfiers that I'm identifying, and the underlying need or needs may be other things. And is that I can see Magil is asking me to give you access. Sorry, let me just do that. And then sorry, and then there's one other also. Sorry, just gonna make sure that everybody's on. And I think that's apologies to those last two. And so yes, and so we have, and so when we say I need a job, for example, what we're doing is we're conflating the means and the ends, because the need is the end, the ultimate end that we seek to satisfy, and the satisfier is the means to satisfying that end. And so, yeah, actually, are there any questions? Because that is a simple, but, I think it's simple because I've got my head around it, but it actually takes some time to actually kind of filter through. So, for example, it sounds crazy to say, to deny like that food is a need. So it's fine, totally fine to say I need some food. Like, I'm not again saying that, but what I'm saying in this way of thinking that the need is subsistence. So for, let's go back to this screen, the need, sorry, this screen, the need here, and we'll talk about what needs food meet, but obviously it meets need for subsistence, for keeping us alive. But for me, I want to eat bread, whereas other people, it would be rice, or it would be millet, or whatever that main carbohydrate might be, or, and whatever is accessible to you, of course. So that's the crucial thing that I wanted to introduce. So there are needs and there are satisfied. So if we go back, and actually I'll keep my screen going. If we go back to the board now, what we can do is, and I might bring it closer. I'm going to move that over there a little bit, and I'll bring this closer. So if you look to, if you zoom out a little bit and then look to your right, you can see that it says map the satisfiers onto the wheel of needs. So essentially the next task is to look through, and everyone can do it as a team again, is to look through all of the what I now would call satisfiers that we've written up on around this first corner, and move them. And again, I'll enlarge this, make it easier. We can put them on which need or needs we think that those satisfiers meet. So are there any questions? So that's basically, just to repeat one more time, is we have to, as a team, now drag these Post-it notes onto the wheel of needs and put them in the right place that we think, is relevant. So which needs, like having fun, which needs does having fun meet? It may be one need, it may be more than one. So is anybody unclear about the task?
And yeah, sorry, you go, whoever was there.
Can you others see the actual wheel? I just see a gray square.
Oh, so if you zoom out a little bit, I can see people hovering around like little mosquitoes around it, and some people are moving. So I think if you just, and now I'm on 49%. If you look on the bottom right, zoom percentage. So then if you zoom out a little bit, you should be able to see that the wheel of needs I'm talking about. Oh, what? Did someone just move it? Which is helpful.
It's so weird on this side because on my computer I can't see what it actually says, the flower. I only see a gray square, but I can see it here on the PowerPoint.
Oh.
So I'll just check on that
Is
one.
anyone else not seeing it?
No, it's there.
If you look at what I'm seeing, because I'm sharing my screen, I can see, some busy bees starting this process. So it looks like for most people, they're able to do it, and everybody's doing it.
I can see the heading, but I cannot see the circle that has the needs.
Oh, that's wow.
Identification.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why.
Me too.
I can see the
Why don't
heading map out into the
you want to try and refresh the page? I sound like an IT guy, but
Do you have MacBooks?
No, it works after refreshing.
it works after refreshing. That's good to know.
Could you move, no, I ask you again, but could you move my community garden? And
Oh yeah, where do you want to put it?
I guess maybe creation, but
Okay.
I also would say freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I put this right in the middle and explain why later? Is that okay?
Yeah, do that. That's fine. That's fine. I can't remember what more I said. Yeah, I also said community, and I guess that also belongs to identity, or I would say so now. Or no, wait, participation maybe. I'm so confused.
Well, no, yeah, I think you're onto something.
Yeah. Okay, so
again,
yeah,
I'll put
I
them
think
quite central. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also spaces for gathering, yeah.
Mm. I mean,
Yeah,
space, you know, this is, I mean, a space, what, you know, space can meet any need, right? So again,
yeah,
it's kind of
yeah,
calling for the middle, I think.
yeah. Oh, okay. I would say so too. Thank you so much.
No, and access to recycling.
Yeah. What could that be? Wait, I have to zoom into the.
I can zoom in for you. If you can see my screen, I can zoom in. Well,
Well, I guess. That's hard. Maybe identity? No, maybe leisure. Oh my God, I don't know.
Maybe what about subsistence? Because it's like ultimately it's you know, the ecological subsistence is absolutely, we'd have to have a circular economy, you know, a zero waste economy or something like this.
Yeah. Okay, let's put it there. Thank you so
Okay.
much for the help.
I don't want to, you know, I don't want to tell you. I'm just suggesting.
No, I think yeah, I had to agree with you actually when you said it. I think it's a bit hard to actually see this screen. I mean, you can zoom in, but also, I mean, it's better on your screen here.
Okay. Well,
Rather than
if I keep it as big as I can on my screen, then everybody
yeah, I think so. Yeah, now it
is
was
going to
good.
zoom out
Yeah.
to see. I think we're done, which is good. Is anybody not done? Just shout out if you need some more time. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna let me see my timings where we should be. Yeah, we're kind of doing good. Okay. So yeah, I guess like reflections, like what do you see and what does it make you think?
Basically, we
my-
all wrote satisfiers. I guess none of
Say that
the.
again.
Okay. Maybe shall we put hands or what?
Yeah, if you want, I can. I'm kind of tempted to come back to the group, but I also want to keep the visible.
I can follow the hands if people want to.
Yeah,
do
I'd say
that.
if you want to look, if you want to facilitate, then I'll pin the hands, and so I can keep this on my screen.
Okay, there is no hands now, so I will shout out.
Sure.
I noticed that we basically mentioned the satisfiers, which corresponds to the needs. Then Anna has a hand. Anna?
Yep. For me, I mean, we're just speaking about the process, yeah, that we just did now, or generally the concept.
Just anything you want to talk about, whether it's the type of needs that
Anything,
people
everything. Okay. Yeah. I guess it's like this while doing this kind of like a work, I once more like when we speak about the basic living necessities, when we speak about the food, like I don't know, shelter, air, water, I mean the basic living necessities that we have in this like a kind of triangle, I guess it's something that we kind of at some point not pay too much attention, because at some points we are speaking about very like a meta and high concept and everything, and not paying attention that the basic needs that the people have. For example, if we are working with young people or some kind of, I don't know, any kind of group people, at some point it's really, really important to kind of pay attention if they are like not hungry, they are completely like they have the minimum water that they need. So I guess everything is starting for me from there. And then there were a lot of concepts for me when I was trying to put in this map of satisfiers of this in this wheel. It was quite like difficult to put it in one, because for me it's, for example, both participation and understanding and a part of the identity. So it was quite kind of like a notions that were like not a clear identification in this wheel. So I guess I also need to go more through the wheel and understand each concept and what is in it. Yeah. Thank you for this.
No, thank you. Yeah, really good.
people.
Anna, your
to
voice is a
ex-
bit disturbed. Do you
exercise.
want to close your camera? You were the last thing you were saying were a bit disturbed.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, which part do you need to be repeated?
I think maybe
Or
just
it's okay.
the last sentence.
I mean, I was thinking that it's like a kind of a giving the insight of thinking about this wheel of needs to go each part of it more thoroughly, because for me there were a lot of things that were like a lot of connections, and there was a need to go deep into this kind of like a needs.
Yeah, absolutely. Like this is a really kind of like just a initial workshop, and this is calling out for exactly that, for deeper exploration. Absolutely. And we will go deeper, of course, but yeah, there's so much there. Totally.
August, you're next.
Yeah, I think for me, when looking at the wheel, the wheel simply tells a story that as human beings, no matter where we are, which continent or which country, we have similar needs. And that is one thing that unifies us as a people. And we all strive in many ways to reach those needs. Because looking at the wheel, there's different clusters, but these are different clusters from different people based in different countries. So in essence, it says that as people, we are not that different, no matter the color of the skin, your geographical location, etc. But we have commonalities in terms of our needs. So that's what I'm gathering when I look at the wheel itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for you to say that, August, because, you know, I'm sure in all of us here recognize the profound, like fundamental, conflation or integration of the violence against the planet and violence against our people in the form of colonialism. And for me, colonialism is is the imposition of the universe, of the particular as a universal. In other words, what is right, true, beautiful, good, in the form of the European white male bourgeois human being is imposed as the universal, as everybody should understand that as the superior truth, good, beauty, right, So there was, understandably a reaction against any kind of universal claim, especially in the kind of postmodernist, ideas that only people can say what their needs are, or only, how could men understand the needs of women, or how could aid donors understand the needs of, and there's so much truth in that. But the danger is throwing away the baby with the bathwater. And that baby, that beautiful baby, is that we are all human beings, and we are all, and we have to have some foundation for a universal project of emancipation and transformation. So I really agree. I really agree with you. And that's why I'm so moved by the deeper I go into needs, the more I'm like, believe. Yeah. Thank you.
Audrey, do you want to talk? I saw your hand and then it was put down.
Yeah, I think, Pin. I just wanted to say that I was also noticing that there were so many things that were intersecting, and due to our diverse background and diverse origin, sometimes we have needs that are different from one to the other, and this applies to everything mentioned here. Even though I also think that there are many needs that were expressed which were intersecting with each other.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll talk about that in a moment. Is there anyone else?
No, I can't see any other hand.
Okay. In that case, let me introduce you then to these two concepts here, these two boxes, the orange and the green. And what Max Neef realized was that satisfiers can be ultimately negative or positive. They can work towards meeting or satisfying needs, or they could work against that. August, is that your hand? Do you want to say something, or do you just kind of?
Sorry, that's an old head.
Oh, okay. So what he realized was that we have in the orange ones are the negative satisfied. So that we have violators. So a war, for example, pretty much violates, well, it absolutely violates all of our needs. There can be infringers which could maybe meet one need, but not another. The example maybe I could give is, let's imagine there are parents who are very protective of their son, or maybe more commonly their daughter. So they don't allow her to go out very much by themselves. So you could say they're meeting the daughter's need for protection, or I prefer the word safety, but they are infringing that human beings need to develop their freedom and their identity, you know? So that would be an infringer. Then you have like singular satisfiers, which I think are very common in social policy, government interventions, focus on one thing. So housing policy or food subsistence policy, or aid is focused on like on something like focus on like maternal health or something like that, which may be a well-designed policy and may be very, very helpful for the beneficiaries. But very often they, as I'm sure is the case in any country that you're in, like in the UK, the benefit system or the welfare system or whatever interventions, they basically violate or infringe those needs, those human needs for respect and dignity, participation, because they're imposed on you, and therefore your identity suffers because there's a stigma about receiving those or something like that. So those can be very suboptimal at best, and also create damaging unintended consequences too. Then you might have pseudo satisfiers, which you feel might be helping you meet a need in the short term, but maybe in the long term are not healthy for you. Maybe like we all have some addictions to I don't know, drinking a beer or smoking a cigarette, or I'm not being judgmental here at all, but those things that maybe we feel give us some relief, some satisfaction of meeting a need, but maybe in the long run they're not so healthy for us. And then finally, on the positive, super positive side, Max Neef identified what he called synergic satisfiers. And they are satisfiers that can meet multiple needs at the same time. So exactly what you're saying, that it was very difficult, if not impossible, to put one of these post-it notes in one circle, precisely because the beautiful thing is that some things can meet many needs, and those, he argued, tend to be generated endogenously, in other words, generated within communities themselves, rather than being imposed exogenously. So it's a very much a belief in the local, decentralized, local, collective, wherever possible. So what I didn't mention is the framework that he developed is called human scale development. So that human scale, depending on what the issue is and what the challenge is, could be different. But the human scale is always the scale that is able to involve and incorporate and acknowledge the full human. So coming back to who was it who said about who was helping on the phone with on the community garden? Who was that?
It was Esmeralda, I guess.
Esmeralda. Okay, so Esmeralda used this example of the community garden. For me, the community garden is just like the perfect one because it meets subsistence. You could be growing food there. It meets freedom. People feel very free in a space like that. Your identity grows as you meet other people and you connect. You're creative in the garden. It's a great place to have leisure. You participate in the garden. You learn more about nature, about yourself, about others, your community in the garden. There's great affection shown between people, between humans and the non-human natural world. Maybe it's a place of protection as well. So it's kind of meaning everything, and it's generally a very much cheaper thing to do as well. So that's so yeah. I just want to invite you to for a few minutes to reflect on what I was showing there, and if there's some if there's not some clarity, hang on, let me speak again. If there's some lack of clarity around something, I'm very happy to repeat it, because it might not be that clear. No? I'm going to close my window for a bit to come back to you. Yeah. Any reflections? Okay. Well, in that case, what I want to do is propose that we take a very brief break, and then I'm going to introduce you to another way of thinking about needs that's more relevant to your personal and collective work. Yeah, any final comments? Otherwise, should we just say like a 5-minute break? Is that okay? Alpine?
Yeah, I think so. I just need more myself saying about myself. I need a bit of time to look into this again.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
It is a lot. And what we can do is, I mean, obviously we can share that and we can, it's kind of an introductory session. But also I think that what we've done in the first hour will feed into the second hour for sure. So it's not like park that, moving on to something else. It's building on from the first hour. So
okay, great. Then
no.
let's 5-minute break will take
Yeah.
us 7 minutes past the hour.
Okay.
Whoever has what time. See you
Perfect.
then.
Perfect. All right. See everybody soon. Okay, it's 7 past. I hope that was long enough to meet your needs. So, is Armina here? No. Okay, we'll just hold on another minute.
We can all come back now, right?
Oh, great. Okay. So, actually, I did some reflecting in those 5 minutes, and I was going to introduce a different frame for thinking about needs, which I might introduce to you at the end, but I think let's keep some continuity. So the next stage, if I share my screen, is to go, as I said, like from at the beginning. Hang on, here it is. So it's to go from the more general to the particular. So this is, we've been talking about human beings and life in general and the planet. But now if we go down to this bottom left, so we can see the bottom left, number 3, which needs is this team, which needs are, hang on, let me just see. Which needs are, oh no, that should be is. Hang on, which needs in this team and this work are currently or not being met for you. So this is where you bring in the personal. So what we'll do is we'll in a moment, we'll break into groups of maybe, I think 3 would be a nice number. Let me just correct my own English there. So I think that's it. Which needs in this team and this work are currently being met for you or not being met for you? So really, this is, if everybody takes 3 or 4 minutes and just one at a time, rather than the conversation, let's just really practice a really deep listening, so that when we're not talking, we're just listening with our whole mind, our whole body, our whole heart, and really opening to that person, allowing them to really meet their need to feel safe, to share what they really need to share. And when we're talking, hopefully that this group has been working a long time, there's a sense of safety in the group, and to allow you to access some courage to really say how you feel, because what's happening is that you constitute a living system, and the extent to which that living system can flourish and grow is the extent to which information, or that that each part makes up of the system, can share the information freely. And so there is no, the negative or is the most constructive in the way, in terms of building the team and that. So please feel free to speak. How is this project and this team meeting or not meeting those needs? That's really what we're asking. So I will put you into groups of 3. Is there any questions about that? We'll give 10 minutes. If you need more time, you can take a little more time. And just everybody take 3 or 4 minutes to share. Yeah, any questions on what needs to be done? Anna, do you have a question?
Just a clarification.
Yeah.
Do we speak about, when we speak about the needs that satisfy personal needs or a community needs? Because I guess this project is mainly targeted the community and the place that we're I'm just the clarification, if it's just about us personally or it's just about our communities.
I think it's a really good question, and I don't think I think that the extent to which your personal needs are met at the extent to which you can go and help your community needs. So they're obviously overlapping, aren't they? So whatever you want to bring that this team is helping you to do, I think is, or not helping, is, or could do more, or whatever it is. Okay. I've totally forgotten how to do the breakout. I haven't been on Zoom for so long. It's just like, oh yeah, participants.
I don't know if you can actually do it. I think Sophia needs to do it.
Oh, that would explain it. I'm like,
Yeah,
panicking.
because you're not the host of the meeting.
All right, so Sophia, you can either make me host, or you can put everybody in groups of 3 or 4, how it works
Do
out.
you want to be in a group as well?
No, I'll kind of go into one group. I'll just kind of check out how everyone is, and yeah. So I'll
Okay, but I don't think then you have to be the host if you're
okay.
gonna.
So if you make me the host,
How do I make him the host? Julia, you're the.
I think you right click, like you go to participants and then you
Yeah.
right click and then you choose like host or co-host, I think. Can you find it?
There's a little arrow on the side of participants.
So now you should be co-host.
Oh, we're here till past, not the full hour. Oh, really? Oh, God. I thought it was 2-hour workshop. Is it only till past? Oh, wow. Okay, in that case.
Yeah, I think we forgot to discuss this actually, me and Arpina in the email.
That's fine. In that case, that's fine. We can do this. We can do this. Right, no problem. We've still got like 20 minutes, so that's all good. Okay, let's do this real quick then. Breakout rooms, assign automatically. Oh no, okay, let's just stop that. Breakout rooms.
And remember to choose the time, because I think the time is set to like 35 minutes by default.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just give you. I'll just close them after.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, my internet is going on and off. I just.
Okay.
I don't know. Joel, did you speak about the time? Because
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just gonna.
that.
No problem. I thought it was 2 hours. We got an hour and a half. It's fine. Okay. I'm gonna, without further ado, then send you to your groups, and I'll call you back after 9 or 10 minutes. Everybody take.
Were we just gonna discuss, or did you want us to note down any?
Yeah, so everyone's going to feed back. So just, you don't have to formally note down. I'm sure everybody can, yeah, just feedback.
Okay.
Hi, I'm facilitating a meeting. You all right? Welcome back, everybody. I'm really conscious of time. I did plan this for 2 hours. I don't know if that was my misunderstanding or what, but no matter. Would every group would like to just share, and then maybe I can see some of you guys have started to put the whatever has been generated into post-it notes. But yeah, you can do that maybe while one person in the group shares, someone else can put those post-it notes up. So yeah, anyone from any group want to share what they were talking about? Yeah, go ahead, Anna, just go ahead.
Just very brief. Yeah, I mean, we just talked about kind of like a pros and cons, what it meant, what not. So we also made this like in a sticky note, some stuff. But I want to say that the things that, I mean, we had a lot of joint points related to whole project. I mean, we completely saw all these kind of like benefits and also the things that are missing. Like as the whole group, we had the same idea. So yeah, I guess there are several things, a lot of things that is written there. So yeah, also thanks a lot for giving this opportunity. Also, once again, share it together. If you want me to highlight something,
yeah, I mean, go ahead. Yeah, sure. I can share my screen again so that everybody can see, just to make sure that everybody can see it.
Yeah, we are on the left side above.
Okay.
There's like identity, interest. So there was a lot of things that it helped to discover your identity, interest, that it was a physical and secure, protective space, connection with the community, freedom in our work, and also freedom for young people, then our wants and needs, and a lot of knowledge. The thing that we were missing, it was that the limited budget and not so much flexibility, and also kind of not a very big general plan after the end of the project, how we can be connected all together.
Okay, thank you so much. So helpful. Another group.
I can go next. We were with Julia, and like our discussion was that this is such a synergetic. Was it synergetic needs?
Synergic, well, yeah, whatever.
Synergic needs. Yeah, it was really very synergic because like the participation, we really make a lot of decisions together. We understand each other and learn a lot. There is the affection, like every time during the meetings, we ask how we are, like we also connect at personal levels. It's creative and a lot of freedom. So very, very synergic there. And we had a discussion about identities and how we like what is it there. it was a bit a longer discussion, so I won't cover that. But there was also the thought that wondering how the young people with whom we work, how they feel about their needs being satisfied. And Julia was suggesting that maybe this can also be one of the questions. We are doing focus group discussions now. And maybe we can also ask them about how they feel their own needs satisfied.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Another group?
Yeah, I think let me just go ahead. In our group, we're there with August, Dolores, and myself. And yeah, we share some similar points which the other groups also shared already. I think we're talking about what is being met in our spaces. We talked of we have some sticky notes in pink and blue. The blue ones we have. We're creating a wider community of youth. We are creating a sense of belonging and identity among youth spaces. We are also giving young people the opportunity to freely participate in feeling safe and equal while participating. So that is really the strength of our project. And for the limiting factors, we look at the fact that the demand is getting higher and higher every day, and the resources are being strained because both human and material. Also look the fact that the locations too are limited. You have a lot of young people requesting to want such kind of opportunities, and we also look at the age limitation too as one of the limitations. Guys, I hope I covered. If I didn't,
amazing. Yeah, really. Thank you so much. Yeah. Was there one final group?
Yes, I was with Barbara and Olivia, and I think we had a more not that specific conversation. Yes, but we were talking about the challenges that we are facing of like how we can give motivation to people, and how is the climate change is basically just a symptom of not well-working society and systems. And so how can we give answers to that? And how can we, as much as we can see not very promising steps towards solving the climate crisis, how can we still motivate youth by showing them a good example and by giving them a safe community where they can explore themselves and learn how to operate in an alternative way.
Thank you so much. Yeah, everybody. Very, very rich. Very, very rich. So I'm aware of the time. And so what I propose then, to honor everybody's time, is that I just take a couple of minutes to share some thoughts and intentions, and some and then maybe make a proposal. The first thing I think for me, like what you said there, Olga, about the climate change as symptomatic is so crucial. Where is it? Oh no, it's not here. It's somewhere. Don't worry. I was going to show you something, but basically, I talk about transition, transformation. You know, that transition. In other words, the doing things, the new policies, the new, you know, strategies, circular economy, degrowth, whatever you know. That's one crucial thing. But unless and until we change the consciousness, the way that we are, the being, the transformation, then nothing will change. This is a crisis of our consciousness, of how we of how we need to evolve as human beings. And actually, this wheel has 9 needs. So the 10th need is actually transcendence, and it's that sense of whether it's a spiritual or religious need, or whether it's just feeling part of something greater than yourself. And I think obviously ecological work is that need to go beyond your own individuality and experience the unity and the awe and the wonder of being part of a community, or part of society, part of a species, part of a planet is so crucial.
Joel,
Yeah.
can I just interrupt you? Dolores, can you please mute yourself, because
I can do
it's
it.
really hard to hear when there's noise in the
That's all right.
background.
I've done it, no problem. So then the other thing I just wanted to say is, what I wanted to do is just to give you a tool that was both you can use it within and with your on your community projects, because it's a tool that you can use, and the next step is about reflecting on whatever we're doing well, how can we do more of it, and the things that we're not doing so well, how can we change them. So that would be the kind of next step of the conversation. So it's a tool that you can use as a team in your own journey. But then, as one of you guys suggested, it's a tool that you can use with your the participants on your projects to explore the individual and collective needs as well. It's one, just very briefly, one of other tools. I mean, I was going to possibly introduce this, which is like the sailboat of our needs. And the one thing I would just say in here is this is kind of the boat that we set sail on life's journey on. But the crucial thing I just want to say is that that safety, unless and until people feel safe, nothing is going to change. And creating those, and I know that I'm sure you're doing this anyway, but it's just so important. I've discovered time and time again, unless and until people feel very safe in their bodies, their nervous systems can relax, then don't anticipate that people are going to come up with exciting new ideas or see possibilities, because the way that we experience, the consciousness that we experience the world is one so much of fear and the world of a place of safety, of scarcity and danger. So that needs to change first and foremost in our minds, in our hearts, in our bodies, for any kind of change to happen. So that's really all I wanted to do. I wanted to invite you on to maybe take up this internal journey, and then also maybe have a tool to share with your community participants. And that's kind of what I wanted to do. So I'm now, it's 5 minutes past 5:30, so I'm really conscious of the time. But if you are able to just have some brief final reflections, that would, I think, be important. Even if it's just like one or two words, or whatever. I mean, again, it's your time now, so and I can come back if you think it's useful. I can come back. If you don't, that's also fine. And yeah, over to you.
Yeah, for me, very short. I think the exercise was useful, and I think especially it would be very much interesting for you to come back and like deep dive into the sail part.
It was a bit of a tantalizing little glimpse.
Yeah, because it looks really interesting, and just how then you go about extracting information by implementing that exercise. I think, yeah, this is pretty useful. It's a new way of approaching things. Yeah, thanks.
Oh, great. That's really good to hear. There's Olga, I think.
I think for me it was really reassuring to hear these, in a way that to see that we are doing a good thing with this project, because I think this is exactly what we are working on in the project, to like create these safe spaces for youth, giving them a community where they can belong, and with that security, they can start growing and learning and find their own purposes and find the things that they are good at and the things that they are motivating them, and to start creating. So I think it was a great reassurance that what we are doing is really meaningful, and yeah, there's science behind it. So thank you.
Thank you. Amazing. Yeah, Julia?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, no, I just wanted to say thank you. I think it was really interesting, and this is something I would like to learn more about. One thing that that really got me thinking, and that I'm probably going to think a little bit more about, was infringers or violators. That maybe some needs are met, but then they're like violating other needs, and maybe the importance of intersectionality and how to work with that. So that was interesting. And then also, like Arpina said when we had our discussion, like it would be it's really nice to see that we're kind of like, at least from our perspective as the people leading the project, that we're kind of meeting a lot of the needs. But it would also be interesting to see what our participants actually feel. So see if we can find that out in some way. Yeah.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Yeah. Anna.
I would like, first of all, thanks a lot for all the new ideas. And I do have like 100 questions about the things that we discussed, about the sailing system and everything. And I really hope that we will have the opportunity to have you back and maybe go more thoroughly on these whole ideas. And I really enjoyed the session. It was just thank you for it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Oh, I'm very relieved. I've turned my video off. I'm really thinking about the energy of using the video, but yeah, Arpine.
You're muted.
You are muted, Arjun.
Thank you. I was also thinking that so the people who are violating the environment and the whole planet, they also have the same needs as we do, and something happens with this pseudo, is it about pseudo satisfiers or what, that like I'm so interested to think in that direction. Maybe it's just a thought for thought and not for action, whatever. Yeah, I wanted to share that, and thank you so much for this morning.
Thank you. It's really important to say for me that one way that we raise our consciousness is so beyond like the I would say the trap of mind, and mind is a place of judgment, right, of moral judgment, and needs, by connecting us beyond our mind into our bodies, allows us to connect to ourselves and therefore to other people, and to move beyond judgment, basically. And judgment doesn't mean like discernment. It doesn't mean we use reason and to discern this is right, this is wrong, or whatever, but to just judge others and judge, that leads us back into conflict. I think that's what needs can do, that I don't think any other framework can do, like rights or well-being or whatever, yeah. Cool. Well, I'd be really glad to come back. That boat that I showed you actually is freaking amazing, and I've just been using it in like slums in Hyderabad, and it's been amazing. And what I'll do then is, because that was a bit naughty of me, is I will send an email out with some links to different things, because there's also nonviolent communication which comes through this. And how so much conflict is derived from us being attached to particular satisfiers, when we can step back and we keep asking why, so why do you want that? And we can come into like, well, actually the needs, and then we can see that we could find ways that we could meet both our needs, through different kinds of satisfiers that we didn't see, or something like that. So this is a very, very rich and deep field that I was only able to just share a little bit. So I'm very glad and heartened that hopefully at least a good number, if not all of you, found it useful. So I'll leave you there. We're already over time. Thank you so much for having me. If you do want to do some more, I'm very happy to come back and we can talk. I can talk through with Arpine about that.
Thank you so much. And it's a great idea to send the links, and I will share with the rest of the team.
Cool. Okay, because it is built on science, actually. This is a crucial thing. That boat, for example, I can share. Yeah. Okay, have a beautiful day wherever you are. And it was a great pleasure and honor to meet and work with you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Stop the recording.
I guess we just